Hey everyone, are you thinking about coming to the UK as a registered nurse without having to take an English exam? If so, this video is just for you. Make sure to watch it all the way through because I'll be sharing the steps I took to arrive in the UK as an internationally educated nurse and how I'm now working here as a registered nurse without needing to take any English tests. Before we dive in, let me introduce myself. My name is Usman, and I'm an internationally educated nurse. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to subscribe to Immigration Diaries. We create videos aimed at international students and trained nurses to help them navigate the process here in the UK. Your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing with others who might be interested means a lot. Now, let's get into the route I took to get registered with the NMC. You might be wondering what an MC and the SIFE route are. Well, without further ado, let's talk about the SIFE route. SIFE stands for Supporting Information from the Employer. In this process, your employer provides a reference to the NMC, confirming that you've been working with them in an NHS hospital for at least a year. During that time, they've observed your ability to communicate effectively with doctors, nurses, and colleagues, and they'll vouch for your English speaking, writing, and comprehension skills. When I first heard about the SIFE route, I was already in the UK working as a healthcare assistant. I have already taken the IELTS and OET exams, but unfortunately, I didn't achieve the scores I needed for the NMC. This left me feeling quite frustrated and hopeless, especially since many internationally educated nurses in the UK care homes are unable to work as registered nurses. Instead, they are working as healthcare assistants because they lack the International Registered Nurse PIN. Recently, the NMC introduced a new route that has been available for a year, and I wanted to create this video to clarify the entire process. I have successfully obtained my PIN through this route, and I hope to share my experience with you. If you're considering the eligibility criteria for SIFE, it's essential to determine if you qualify. There are two main options for eligibility. The first is if you've taken an English exam like IELTS or OET and missed a module by just 0.5 points. The second option is for internationally educated nurses who completed their nursing education in English, but English is not the primary language in their home country.
Once you meet one of these criteria, the next requirement is that you must have worked in the UK for at least 1 year, specifically within the same organisation or trust, and your line manager should not be more than 2 levels above you. For me, SIFE was the ideal solution, since I had already been working in the UK for over a year. It's important to note that passing the exam is just one part of the process. You also need to demonstrate your confidence in speaking English, which I have already shown to my trust. I've been working here for over a year now, and during this time, my communication skills have been noticed. I approached my manager to discuss whether they would be willing to provide a reference for me. They were very pleased to agree, which helped me kick off my application process. As I mentioned earlier, your line manager needs to be involved in the SIFE application process. When you're ready to begin, it's important to have a conversation with your line manager. Once they agree, they will reach out to the hospital management, including your matron. When everyone is on board to provide a reference, you can then contact the NMC and share your line manager's details. The NMC will then get in touch with your line manager to complete a form that requires both your line manager and matron's consent, along with their names, signatures, and NMC pins. After all the necessary information is submitted, the NMC will verify everything and issue your NMC pin. This process is quite straightforward and smooth. All you need to do is start your NMC application and provide proof of your English proficiency through your line manager. I understand that working as a healthcare assistant in the UK can be challenging, but you can communicate in English. However, if you lack formal evidence of your English skills, the SIFE route is a great option to consider. Once you pursue this, you'll receive your PIN as well. This is a brief overview of the SIFE process. I hope you found this information helpful. If you enjoyed this content or need more details about English requirements or the NMC, feel free to reach out. See you in the next video.